and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. Today in our studio lesson, what we're going to be learning is how to make a marionette puppet out of 2 toilet paper tubes and 2 craft sticks. Now, if you don't have craft sticks, literally sticks will work. So go outside, find a stick, or find two pencils will work. Anything that we can put together in the center and then have our strings coming off of them. So again, pencils, sticks, craft sticks. Doesn't really matter. Some of the supplies I'm using, you can substitute for what you have at home. I only have a handful of little craft beads, but if you have more, you can add more. If you have less, we can use bottle caps. I'll show you lots of different variations. It doesn't matter what you have at home. You'll be able to sub in what you want. So this 2 tubes can be turned into a various number of animals. You can make a dragon, you can make a dog, a cat, a unicorn. I'm going to be making one with you, and you can pick which one you want to do. You're just going to tweak little things. Are you going to put a horn on it, or are you going to put 2 ears? So you get the point. Let's get started.
The first thing I'm going to do is cover my toilet paper tube in white paper. Now you could cover it in any color paper you have. I'm going to be making my example be a white dog with black dots, like black spots. So you can do it that way. You could paint your tube. We've done that in past videos. They paint pretty good. So it's up to you based on what supplies you have. And I'm just going to cover mine. Put a little bit of glue right there. So I got the first part. My other toilet paper tube I'm going to cut in half. Half will be for the ears, half is for the head. So you can just poke your scissors in. You might need an adult to help with this little step. If it creases a little bit, that's okay. Once you have that cut, you can put your scissors in and you can start cutting around. And it doesn't have to come out perfect. And I'm going to cover it in paper again, just like the other one. And I'm using scrap paper. So now I have my head and my body, and this is for the ears. So like I said, I'm gonna make this a white dog with some black spots. So you can go ahead and decorate your dog or your cat however you would like. So now I'm going to put eyes on the side of the head. And I'm going to put some dots around it as well to make it look the same as the body. A little nose. I'm also going to color in its eyes. Give it blue eyes. And like I said, this is where you can make your animal yours. What do you want your animal to look like? So now we're going to take this cardboard and we're going to make ears. I'm going to flatten it out. We're gonna keep them together at one point, and they're kind of be like a teardrop or a balloon shape. So there's our ears, and we're gonna be putting them on top of the head like so. Now, since I covered it in white paper, I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna trace my ear shape and glue it on. If you're just using the brown and doing dots on top of your brown toilet paper tube, then you can skip this step. Before I even glue it on, I'm going to be doing my polka dots on here as well. And you can also be using, if you have like little stickers, you could be using stickers. Be creative. Use what you have around you. If you want to do this with paint, you could do that. So now we'll be putting that on there. We'll actually be poking a hole through it. If you have a hole punch, that would be perfect. If not, we will be able to use scissors and or a pencil to attach. Now we're going to be poking our holes through our body. On the bottom, we're going to need 2 holes for the legs to come through. And on the top, we're going to need 1 for the head and 1 for the backside. So I'm going to put my little dots where I want them. I want one here. I want one here. These are for the legs. So those are where I'm going to be poking holes. Now I'm going on the top, so exact opposite. Here will be 1 hole for the head, 1 hole for the back. Now, like I said, hole punch is really great. Like I said, use what you have around you. I actually went to get a meat thermometer to get it to go through. I like the control I have on that. It just depends on what you have in your house, what you feel comfortable with. So I have my 2 on the top. Now I'm going for the 4 for the legs. There we go. Now we're going to move on to the head. So we're going to need 1 at the very top by the eyes, but on the other side from the eyes. And we're going to need 1 on the bottom. There we go. Now that's all of our holes. Actually, we need 1 through the ears. So next we're going to be doing the legs. And you're going to need 2 pieces of string that are roughly the length that you want those legs to hang. So you can see we're going to weave them through. So we're going to need about 6 to 8 inches. That's up to you how long you want those dog legs. And I want my legs to be the same. So I'm going to measure off of one from the other and cut the same length. And I'm using white string because it's what I had next to me. Also because the dog is white, so I figured that makes sense. So I'm going to pass it through 1 hole. Now you might need to take something to poke it through. Depends how big and easy your holes are to get through. There we go. Now you can see it on the inside. We're going to bring it through to the other hole. I'm going to grab it and bring it through. And now you can see that they dangle. We're going to add beads to these. You can fill them up with straw to make them be stiffer. You can add beads and straw, whatever you have in your house. I'm going to leave them dangle there for a second and put my next ones on. So we're going to pass it through just like we did on the other side. And then pass it back through. There we go. So now I have my feet dangling, and you can decide what you want to be putting on. I have these beads. Let's see here. I don't have 4 of the same. So what I might do is maybe on the front, 2 green, 2 white on the back, and I'll save these for my neck. Now if you have other little things you can put on there, go ahead and do that, because it'll weight down the feet, so when you like move your marionette around, it's going to look really nice. And now I'm going to tie a knot so that bead can't come off. You may need to tie more than 1 bead, depends how thick your yarn is or your string. So I'm just going to tie 1 more right there. You could also tie it around your bead as well, but I don't want my knot to show so much. So there we go. I like how that looks, and I can cut away. I could cut away that extra or leave that, because it kind of looks like claws to me, like it's little claws on the feet. So pass that through. And again, like I said, you could, I'll show you the other way, tie it around your bead so you're leaving your bead there, and then you're tying it this way. So it's very secure that way. I personally like the way the other one looks though. So it's up to you and how many beads you have too. So I'm gonna do it the other way because I like that way better. Now we're going to get our string that'll go through our head, our body, through our neck. So you want to put it, and this will go all the way up to the marionette itself, like to that rod. So we're going to make it about 10 inches long, and you can always cut it later if you don't like it. I'm going to pass it through. And I'm going to put a knot. Now you could put a bead in here to really secure it, but as you know, I don't have that many beads, so I'm just going to do a double knot. And my knot didn't land in the same spot, so I'm going to do a triple knot, and hopefully I can get this one to land. There we go. So now when I pull it, it's secure. And now I'm going to put a knot where I want, how much space I want for the neck. If you have a straw, you could just put a straw and you don't even have to knot it. So I'm going to leave about 1 inch to 2 inches between the body and the neck, or body and the head to be the neck. And that way it can rest there. Now you could also put a bead there. You could put beads at the neck. And now I'm going to pass it through. And there we go, passing it through. And now you see it sits on that knot, so that's the space. Oh, okay, I do have it the right way. And now I'm going to pass it through the rest of the head. There we go. And now this will get attached to our stick. And now we're going to do the back end. This is going to be our last string. So we want this string to be about equal to where this one is, or maybe a little bit longer. You can adjust it, but you can see I'm going to have it go to about there. So again, about, maybe this one could be about 12 inches. You could always shorten it later. We're going to pass it through, knot it so it can't move around. And if you wanted to, you could also let some of this string hang to be its tail. You could put some beads on it. I'm going to put actually a little pom-pom on his butt as his tail. I also just remembered that I have googly eyes that I can put on his head. No worries if you don't have googly eyes. I forgot I even had them. So I'm knotting it so it's secure. Now we're almost there. We're going to be putting our craft sticks together. Now you can use hot glue, you can use tape, you could even use string to wrap them around. We just want to make sure they stay secure. I just realized I never passed the ears through. So same thing, you're just going to poke it through. There we go. Now the ears are on. And you could do a little knot if you want to secure it, or you could put even a little bead if you want it to be like a bow. I kind of like that idea. I'm going to put a pink bead. And then I'm going to put a knot to keep it nice and secure. And now we're going to be taking this, and we're going to either be, you can tie it around, you can tape it, you could do both, you can hot glue it. We just want to make sure it's nice and secure. And now we're going to be putting our second one. We'll be securing it. And our puppet's almost done. I'm just going to add a few finishing touches. So I want to put that little fluff ball on its backside. I think that's a cute little tail. And I'm also going to put my googly eyes on because I have them, so I'm going to use them. I'm just going to put them right on top. So guys, even if you make a mistake, you forget something, don't worry. You can just go over what you did. See, that looks good. And if you want to add any other details, you totally can.
So here we go, we got our little marionette puppet. Eyes, ears, little legs. Again, if you added more beads, the legs would be heavier. If you want to add straws, they'd be stiffer. So all the details you want to add, feel free to add them. But again, I think it looks so cute, and I hope you had a good time making it. So if you did, hit that like button, subscribe so you can see all the other fun crafts and arts that we're doing, and comment below to tell me what kind of animal did you make. Did you do the dog like me, or did you make something else? So I hope to see you tomorrow for Art with Miss Choate. Bye!